Alrighty, guys, so it's currently about 11:55 a.m. on the East Coast. We have the Russell 2000, and mind you guys, the markets have been very rocky today. We have the Russell, which was up earlier. Now it's down 1.4%. The Nasdaq's down 0.2. We have the S&P down 0.4 as the Dow it's also down 0.4% as the VIX is up 1.3%. We have gold and silver getting destroyed. I mean, if you guys have seen the metals, it has not been good at all. Gold is now in the mid to low 1700s. It's down 1.6% on the day. And we have silver down 0.3. And in a couple of minutes here, we're going to break down Bitcoin and Ethereum. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and let's dive into the video. And by the way, we're also going to break down some stocks and how the overall, markets are doing, my watch list, and so forth. So let's dive into it. And if you guys do want some free stocks, 10 stocks from Moomoo and 6 stocks from Webull, link down below, literally free money, and it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. So again, it's currently about noon on the East Coast, and the markets have been rocky today. And I can show you that on the intraday chart here on SPY. We ended up opening up pretty strongly to the upside, and you can see all of pre-market pretty much. Well, not all of pre-market. I mean, pre-market in general was pretty choppy, but leading up, the hour and a half leading up to the open, the bulls took over. SPY went from 379, 380, and it ran all the way to about 380, 360 at open pretty much, which was a run of about 1% from 8 a.m. to the open of the day. But you guys can clearly see, what is this? This is a double top. Clear as day double top this morning on SPY. We can see again 380, 360, and we also hit 380, 350 at about 10 a.m. So double top, and since that point, it has been a straight up downtrend up until now when I'm filming this video. And what we're noticing is we are now at the bottom of this channel that has started pretty much in pre-market today. You guys can see, boom, it's a rough little outlook of what I'm seeing here. You guys see that? We're right at the bottom. So if we collapse under here at some point today, maybe after the minutes, and mind you, the minutes are coming out here in about 2 hours from when I'm filming this, probably about 30 minutes to an hour from when you're watching this video. So if we take out, let's say, 380, 378 on SPY to the downside, that's not going to be good, and we already have a death cross here on the intraday chart. I am not liking how that's setting up here for the bulls. It looks like it could be setting up for a dump, and now that I'm looking at this on the hourly chart, don't we have a double top forming right here as well? Look at this. The double top is right around 383. We hit it there yesterday and today pre-market and at the open. If this dumps under 380, 378, I'm telling you guys, we could be selling off quickly from there. I'm not liking the way this is setting up right now. We shall see how it plays out. Triple Q, let's take a look there. This is still above the moving averages on the 20-day chart, but like SPY, we do have a lower high forming. You guys can see here on the 20-day, boom. You can see this right here, lower high compared to the one before and the one before that, clear as day. So if we do get buying pressure above, let's say, a 290 level here on Triple Q, okay, maybe from there we could get a breakout. But if this starts falling under 285, which is where we are now, if it starts getting low 280s, even under 280, especially under 280, that's where it could start getting ugly on the downside. So keep that in mind here in the short term. That's where we are right now. Small caps are getting hit. Everything is red for the most part. VIX is slowly creeping up, only up 1% when I'm filming this. So with that being said, and we'll hop back. Actually, before we even go to crypto, let's take a look at oil very quickly. Actually, okay, I'm not going to keep jumping back and forth. Let's just look at oil quickly, then we'll look at crypto. This is collapsing. Crude oil is down to $95 a barrel, 3.5% down when I'm filming this video on the day. I mean, this is just awful. And on the 4-hour chart, what we're noticing is it's breaking trend slowly but surely. It is breaking trend. We have lower highs being made here. Let me show you. If it lets me clear the drawing set, there we go. We have lower highs being made. $130, 100, what is that? 25, 120, something like that. And right here, we clearly failed at 112.13, and again at about $110. Now we're collapsing. We took the lows out from the beginning, or more like the middle end of June. So this looks like it's getting awfully close to where it was in March through about, when was that? The beginning of May, when you can see here crude oil bottomed at about $95 back in that time period. If we take out that 95 level, which we're at literally right now, guys, if we collapse under 95, it's that's going to be a huge break, technical break to the downside for crude oil, especially under 90. I mean, if this thing gets back into the 80s, watch out. That's going to be a very interesting spot for crude oil. And yeah, I mean, we also have a head and shoulders here. I mean, this is pretty much played out. Look at that. Head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If I zoom in, you can see it. That played out. So let's see what happens. Maybe we get some sort of relief rally at 90 to 95 a barrel. That's possible. But if it takes 90 out, I don't know if we'll get a relief rally from there. We might continue to collapse to the downside. So what do you guys think about crude oil? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you're finding value on this video. And again, get your free stocks, 10 stocks from Moomoo and your 6 stocks from Webull. Those are linked down below. And check out my Patreon if you want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning videos, more access to me throughout the day. That is also linked down below as well. So let's take a look here at Webull, and we have Bitcoin right now sitting at $20,100. And I think when I filmed my video last night, or my most recent video, Bitcoin was it under, or was it at 25? I keep forgetting because this thing is so volatile. One day it's at 19, then it's at 25, then it's at 20,000. So it's moving up and down, but right now it's at $20,100. And what we're noticing here over the past pretty much 12, 16 hours, we've been consolidating on Bitcoin at about 20,000 to 20,300-ish. And that's after a pretty big move, if you guys recall. If I open this chart up a little bit, you can see we had a big move in Bitcoin just recently, literally a day ago. We had a big move from 19 to 20,700. And let me get some water real quick, guys. Excuse me, guys. Oh, my God. My freaking throat today. 19,000 is where we were yesterday, roughly at this time when I'm filming, and it went all the way to 20,700, and now we're still consolidating after that move, which makes sense. It was such a big move. Now it's cooling off, and we got to see what direction it picks moving forward. We don't have clear direction quite yet. Same thing with Ethereum here on that same time frame. You can see big move from 1075. It went to about 1170. Now it's cooling off. It's about at 1135, 1150. So we're gonna get direction at some point in the near term here, and we have to see what that direction is. So with that being said, let's hop back over to ThinkOrSwim and see what's going on with some of these stocks, movers, what's going on, what are the green ones, red ones, and so forth. Then I will wrap up the video because I don't want to be in here too long for this video, guys, because I respect your time. I don't want to be here for 30 minutes just blabbering. So let's talk about some of these stocks. Monster's up 1.4% today, and you can see it clearly ended up playing out. And by it, I mean that inverse head and shoulders I called out many times over the past, couple of weeks. You guys have seen that if you really pay attention to my videos. You can see here that played out clear as day, and now we're testing the high from the beginning of this year, literally from the 5th of January. You can see that's right around $98. So I think Monster, it might cool off in the meantime, and by cool off, I mean maybe it comes back down to about, and mind you, it's at $97.50 now. Maybe it comes down to $93, $94. It cools off a bit before it ends up taking out that 98 high, or maybe it just bursts. Maybe it just runs right through it. Who the heck knows? But at some point, I do believe Monster has a decent chance at getting above $100, especially if you're looking here at the 3-year chart. I mean, look at this, guys. We have been struggling at this point for about a year and a half at this point at $99. At some point, we're going to break through. And by the looks of it, on this 4-hour, this is the 3-year chart, we have an ascending triangle. We're heading up towards 98, 100. I mean, I think this could end up breaking out within the next couple of months. And we'll see. From $100, it's going to be at all-time highs, I believe. Let me double-check that. Yeah, of course, at all-time highs. And who the heck knows where it's going to go from that point in time. So MNST is looking very nice, especially on those longer time frames. And if you have a longer, let's say if you want to, I'm not telling you what to do, but hypothetically, if you were to swing trade a stock or you like holding for a couple of months, in this environment, that's a little bit tricky. But let's say we're in normal times, this could be one that, okay, it's a pretty good setup and one worth looking at, right? So we also have some other ones moving. Let's see what Adobe's at. I haven't looked at Adobe recently. Oh, it's still in the low, not low 300s, but mid-high 300s, right around 380. And I feel like it's been at 350 to 380 for, it seems like months at this point, but in reality, it's only been about almost 1 month. So at this point, you guys know how I stand on Adobe. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I talk about it a lot. This is a great business. It's a sticky business. A lot of people love the products, obviously. I use a lot of the products. I've used them in the past. Right now, I only use Photoshop, to be honest. Sorry, guys. But I only use Photoshop now, but I've used the other ones. And it's a great business model. It's a recurring revenue business model, which is fantastic. And yeah, it's great. But I want the stock price to go down to 300, preferably under $300. So if it does get there, which is very possible, let me tell you this. A couple of months ago, what if I told you when Adobe was at 600, 550 that it was going under 400? You would have told me I was nuts. But right now, here we are, fast forward, we're under 400, and what if I tell you now at 380 it could go under 300? You might look at me like I'm nuts, but in a couple of months from now, what if it is under $300? That is where I want to buy. I'm going to be patient, and if it gets there, keyword if it gets there, I will be a buyer of Adobe. Let's see what else we have going on. Let's talk about big tech quickly before I wrap this video. We have Apple chilling at 141. This is actually good for the bulls. It's currently at break even on the day. It looks like just earlier today we barely took the highs out from the end of June, but it looks like we did on that morning pump. You guys can see Apple got to about $143.75. Now it's at $141.50. If we're able to maybe somehow take out or retest, preferably take out that high from this morning on Apple, if that's something that happens, we could see a push to $150. That's what I'm seeing here on the 20-day chart. And we kind of have a cup and handle forming here. I mean, we could take this thing higher, 148, 150. I think that's where Apple could be going in the very, very short term here. Keep your eyes on that. Let's see Google. This had a monstrous day yesterday. Now Google's pretty much at break even. Watch out for that split coming up, guys. You guys know how that's going to go. It's going to be pretty volatile around that time, in my opinion. We have Microsoft today up 0.5%. Pretty good. It's slowly breaking out of these moving averages, but it still has to take out 270 to about 275. That's a big, big, big level of resistance coming up. What else do we have? Meta. I think Meta had a big day yesterday. Yeah, now it's down about 0.75%. Nothing crazy. I know I'm missing one. Oh, Amazon. AMZN. Amazon's down about 0.5%, slightly above the moving averages, but not fully breaking out towards that high from the end of June yet, which is right around $118-$120. If Amazon could start moving past 115, that's going to be good. 120, 25 could be next, maybe even higher. So that's how big tech is looking like right now. And honestly, guys, these markets are just slowing down a bit before the Fed minutes. They're waiting patiently for the next hour, hour and a half for the Fed minutes. Then once the minutes come out, we're going to get probably some volatility, volume, and we'll see where we go from there. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and feel free to join my Patreon if you want all my moves in the markets, all my call outs. And if you want more access to me throughout the day and exclusive content, morning videos, all of that is linked down below, or you can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. Do not forget to also get your 10 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,500 with a $100 deposit, and your 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All of those free stocks are linked down below. And again, all of those links help out the channel. I appreciate you guys. So with that being said, cheers. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.